Hey everyone, Nolar here, back with the 5-9 Gaming Mobile's crew's first impressions of That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime, Isekai Memories. Now, what are our first impressions? Basically, we've been grinding the game for the last 2 days, and we feel comfortable enough to tell you what you can expect going forward with the game. So, if you're wondering if you should spend your time, spend your money on Isekai Memories, stick around. But before we dive right in, if you're new here to 5-9 Gaming Mobile and want some more mobile gaming content, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and the notification bell so you know when we go live with more content. And let's dive right in. So, as you know, we have a new published Bandai game. Now, okay, Bandai is the publisher, but the actual developers are Right Flight Studios. They are the makers of Danmachi Memorial Freeze and Another Eden. The new upcoming JP title, Heaven Burns Red, does look pretty promising, so we will definitely be checking that out here on the 5-9 Mobile channel. Based on the previous games, we can expect some quality in terms of the animations and voice acting, and that is definitely the case here. There have been some censorship issues with Danmachi's versions between JP and Global, but that isn't a problem here since this is a simultaneous release on all the servers. I'll elaborate more on this point later. And while I only briefly played Another Eden, I have heard nothing but fantastic things from that player base. Overall, besides some grumblings we may have with Bandai publishing the game, there is hope that the developers are capable of creating a good gacha game for the next foreseeable future. The story takes the pre-existing story of That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime and added a little bit of spice to it. By spice, I mean they added 2 new original characters, Shinsha, a character claiming to be Rimuru's daughter, and Isis, a character who appears to stalk Rimuru and has secret plans revolving around Rimuru and Shinsha. Now, for those uninterested in the addition of these 2 new characters, fear not. The game tells you while you are playing through the chapters as to what is original content that's not present in the LN, manga, or anime, and what is adapted directly from the source material by having a marker above the stage specifying that it is or it is not original content. To give a bit of backstory on Slime, it is your generally normal isekai in which an average man-woman living in one world gets transported to a fantasy world in which they, more often than not, become the main figures in that new world. In this case, a man reincarnates into Slime after he tragically passes away when saving a co-worker from getting stabbed by a robber. And from there, his adventures begin as a slime. Now, this is the bare basics of what I know of the story, as I personally have not had time to dive into the manga or anime. The animations and art style are top-notch in my opinion. Some of the cutscenes look like they're ripped directly from the anime with maybe some touch-ups, but overall it looks quite fantastic. If we're talking about the animations of the characters in fight, they look good, but can get tiring to see after a while. You can skip animations for skills when you level up your Great Sage by level 6. However, ultimate skills will still play their animations no matter what. Okay, let's talk about the gameplay. Is it even fun? Well, it's a landscape turn-based game with a combat system that's an amalgamation of Fate Grand Order and Code Seed Sei no Uta. It reminds me of FGO in the sense where you're picking your skills, and Code Seed in the context of trying to group similar skills together. There's your typical elemental wheel. Water beats fire, fire beats earth, earth beats air, air beats wind, wind beats water. Then there's your typical dark and light, but in this game it's called all, typings that are strong against each other. So you want to make sure you're bringing the right elements to the battle before entering. But not only is there an elemental wheel the factor to consider, there are 3 skill types. There's a skill gauge, which is green, protection gauge, which is blue, and a secret skill gauge, which is orange. In that sense, RNG spits out 6 skills, which could be one of your 3 characters you brought to the fight, in turn specifying what of the 7 typings your character can hit, and finally picking one of the 3 skill types. Yeah, I know that sounds like a lot, but here's a more thorough explanation of what's going on. As you have several picks of what skills to use, this is how you can determine what is useful. You can pick all the skills from your same characters, which are made up of several different skill typings, or you can pick all the skills from all the same typings, protection in this case. If you manage to get 4 or more skills, you'll release a powerful combo and additional attacks. It'd be one thing if this was just a turn-based gacha, but they managed to include a base or city building aspect to it. As you progress through the story through beginner, normal, and expert difficulties, you're recruiting multiple factions to your sides, goblins, direwolves, and so much more. You get 3 builders for free, and you can purchase 2 more builders if you utilize premium currency, but something to remember is that those extra builders are time gated to 7 days before they expire, and then you have to repurchase them again. Personally, I can see it being helpful if you're active in the early game where building times are less than 2 hours generally, but I won't tell you how to play your game. The biggest thing to note is your population. As you grow your affiliations with other factions and increase your base, you're able to build things like taverns and restaurants which generate gold, training grounds which allow you to upgrade your units, forge which allows you to upgrade your equipment, which we'll explain more later, and so on and so on. Everything is tied into the base building, and to me, that's a welcome addition to the gameplay loop. Now, of course, it wouldn't be a new gacha without equipment being in the game. But here, equipment is a little bit more simple than the infamous Epic 7 Genshin gear artifact system. In Isekai Memories, the gear system is actually pretty straightforward. There's 3 different types of equipment: weapons, armors, and accessories. The rarity starts from 1 star to 3 star and depends on how high your forge's level is and if you have the materials to craft them. When you craft the gear, it will roll a main stat between a certain range. For example, a 1-star weapon can be between 64 to 86, and a 1-star accessory can be between 300 to 500 HP. When you craft an equipment, it can be any number between that range. However, do not fret if you roll a low stat, for you can re-roll the stat to get a higher one. And unlike Legends or Grand Cross, you are guaranteed to inevitably get the higher stat, and it adds success points if you don't roll a higher stat, which adds up to ensure that you will get that higher stat eventually. So think of it like a pity system for stat building. And the materials required for rerolling are extremely easy to obtain. Once you've obtained your max stat equipped, you can then enhance and level it, and once you hit the max level, you can evolve it to the next star rarity to make it even stronger. Now, let's talk about characters. Character development has multiple avenues to improve your characters. Obviously, the first thing is you want to level your units. Each rarity has a max cap, so 5 stars only go up to level 80, for example. But you can awaken units, which has the effect of limit breaking them by pulling dupes. For example, my Millum has a few dupes and she goes up to level 88. Another method to awaken units is to farm awakening shards, which is a very free-to-play friendly system since you don't need to pull dupes. That's a plus to me. Another system of improving your units is the ability release. For those familiar with Dokkan, it is this game's version of the hidden potential system. You have to farm specific attribute Magistones, defense, attack, health, and training to buff their stats. So far, it hasn't been an issue because you get plenty of those Magistones from quests, achievements, and even your base. The last system to improve your units is called Skill Awakenings. You can farm these in Predator battles in-game, which are in the story, at the end of a chapter, or in the daily farm twice a day. In this example, I am improving Hakuru's Keiguko skill from level 1 to 4. As you can see, I am utilizing the blue defense ability material. Once I hit level 4, you can see the improvement in the stats of his ability. From here on out though, it will require a different type of blue defense ability material to go from level 4 to 7, and of course, that's all part of the Predator battles, which only can be done twice a day. Okay, let's talk about the gacha system itself. This game has a 4% rate for 5 stars, 15% for 4 stars, and 81% for 3 stars. There are 2 types of units in the game: attack units and protector units. Attack units are your basic units that you bring, your 5 characters on a team, while protector units affect the protector gauge. So, for example, if you unleash the protector gauge on 5-star Ifrit, all your fire attacking units will have increased damage. Now, I explained these 2 types because it affects the pity system. Yes, there is a pity system. Slime Isekai Memories is embracing the 2021 gacha system that every game needs to have. Every summon you do gives 1 point, so a multi will give you 10 points. Attacking units can be picked up for 200 points, while protector units can be purchased for 300 points. So yeah, protector units seem to have a more valuable nature compared to attacking units. The animations for summoning are pretty decent. It has a few different ones to indicate guaranteed 4-star, an example would be the Yellow Adventurer, versus a guaranteed 5-star, Immeasurable Energy Detected, and the Purple Adventurer. Over time, the devs should be able to implement other animations which would greatly enhance the actual summoning experience. As is standard for gachas, you want to be able to pull dupes, but if you manage to keep pulling that 3-star unit and don't want to upgrade it, you can exchange the shards for more ticket summons and pray the RNG gods forever be in your favor. Now let's break down the infamous Bondi pricing for you all. Normal pricing is as follows. $8 will get you 85 magic crystals, $12 for 135, 24 for 275, 40 for 475, 80 will get you 1,000. Now, right now, there's a particular special sale pack at the start where $80 will get you 1,500 magic crystals, 40 will get you 600, 24 will get you 350. Opening packs are as follows. $24 will get you a guaranteed 5-star, and $40 will get you a 5-star awakening pack. And there are 2 subscriptions that you can get. An $8 pack for 5 stamina pots and food every day for 30 days, and an $8 daily recruit ticket for food and pack for 7 days. Overall, if it's a bit pricey if you're used to Grand Cross or Dragon Ball Legends, but this is in line with other Bandai gachas like Dokkan. And yeah, it's not cheap, that's for sure. This is one of the rare instances where there's a simultaneous release for all the servers. Of course, this strategy has both their pros and cons. Let's start with the pros. Everyone's on the same release schedule. Unlike other gachas where Asia JP servers are months, for Dokkan for example, or ahead or even years ahead, I'm looking at you, Fate Grand Order, Isekai Memories will be receiving the content updates at the same time. New banners will come out at the same time across all the regions, and the hype factor amongst the Isekai community will be at an all-time high during those moments. Speaking for content creators, this makes it extremely easy to keep up with the schedule and content as things progress down the line. Now, let's talk about a con. Everyone is on the same release schedule. I know, I just said it was a good thing, but hear me out. If you're a free-to-play player, then being behind in the schedule is actually a good thing. You don't have infinite premium currency to spend on banners or in-game activities, so to continue to be effective, you need to plan your resources ahead and pray to the RNG gods when you decide to pull the trigger on good units. For global Fate Grand Order fans, those free-to-play players know exactly what to save and when to blow their hoard of premium currency for highly effective units, or at least in the case of all Fate fans, their favorite waifu. So for free-to-play Isekai Memory players, the issue is there's no roadmap to know when to save or when to spend, so they will be forever on edge thinking that the current banner is the best one up, when maybe the next banner is coming up around the corner and that's the best one. Now, this is why I'm not free-to-play. Well, not really, but it helps the narrative. Alright, so with the release, that's bound to be a few issues, and here they are. Some people are unable to even log in, consistently getting errors. Now, the crew at 59 Mobile hasn't had that issue, but we've seen it pop up on our social media and have every reason to believe that it's actually happening out there. Another error that we've seen is trying to get help for your buildings or helping any of your friends who ask for it. At the moment, the second you touch the help menu, you get an unexpected error, completely get booted back to the title screen, and it's just a continual mess. This is absolutely frustrating since building times only increase by several hours, and one of the daily missions is to request aid for your buildings. Can't complete the daily if we can't ask for help. Hydros has been experiencing intermittent crashes during his summons, which safe to say really sucks. While they have shared an update and said that the majority of the problems regarding the unexpected error have been fixed, there still seems to be a few players who have been unable to get past the error and have had their game data be deleted. Because it's a simultaneous release, the biggest issue is going to be content scheduling. At the moment, there's no PvP or anything else planned, so the game is one giant story/PvE game. That's cool for now, but the honeymoon period will wear off a lot quicker without enough updates for content. They have announced a roadmap as of this recording, which is a good sign in how they will handle future updates communicating with their player base. Lastly, this game came out a whole month earlier than expected. The intended release date was supposed to be November 22nd. I'm not sure why this happened, but I speculate it's to coincide with the collaboration of That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime and Epic 7. But it's clear based on the initial errors and bugs from this launch that they could have used the extra 2 to 4 weeks to clear up some of these issues. And that ends our first impressions of That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime Isekai Memories. With the bug fixes mostly out of the way and a content roadmap, things are looking up for the game. It's safe to say most of us have enjoyed it so far and will continue to play the game beyond the honeymoon phase. If you liked the video, hit that like button. If you're new here to the 59 family and want to see more mobile gaming videos, hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell so you know when we go live with more content. Let us know your thoughts on the game. Are you enjoying it, or are you one of the affected people unable to log in? Comment down below. And finally, thanks for watching till the end. I'm Nolar, and on behalf of the 59 Mobile Gaming crew, we appreciate everyone here. See ya.